All right. Hello and welcome to a late night programming session with me. I don't know why this says this here. Okay, interesting. That's some type of browser bug. Anyway, so I have decided that I would like to try and rewrite OstrichDB in EZ. So OstrichDB was originally written in Odin, and it was a fun project. It was all pretty much, I think, like 98% of this is all handwritten code for me. Very little was um, written by any kind of AI agent. Um, Whereas Easy is 100%, well, I wouldn't say 100%, but probably 98 to 99% written by AI. Um, I haven't written any I haven't written any source code for Easy. Whereas OstrichDB, I wrote pretty much all the source code. Uh, I have some contributors here. You can even see somebody committed with co-authored with Claude in the repo. So easy. What is first of all, what is OstrichDB? OstrichDB was the CLI was a NoSQL database management system where I tried to have very English-like queries. So you can do something like, let's see an example: new food.bar.bars. No, that sucks. Here you go. New staff.engineering.team1 of type string array string slice with John, Anna, and Wayne. So what this means is, first of all, new means we're creating something new. The first object here is always a file if it's followed by anything else. Um, it's always the file or the database. Engineering is like another object within that, kind of like a JSON object. And then team one is the actual record where the data is held, kind of like a JSON objects data, but it's instead of a key value pair, it's a key type and value set, I guess you would call it, of type, where it's, is a special token. A string array is another token. We're telling with the with key token, we're saying, all right, these values are going to be stored in there. If staff engineering if staff or engineering don't exist or both don't exist by the time I make this query, I can create them. And so that's how OstrichDB kind of worked. And it was a fun project. Um, yeah, I moved on. I mean, it's been a year since I touched it. Written in Odin, and then Easy is my new little project I've been spending a lot of time with. Although I haven't been writing any code myself, I have been using AI a lot and managing a lot of shit and like using AI to scan shit and improve things, think of features, find bugs, fix bugs, etc. I also find bugs myself when I use Easy. This is Easy little Easy logo. His name is Flip. Um, so like a little light switch. You can make the switch from hard to easy. Easy is inspired by C, Odin, Go mostly, and a little bit of Rust when it comes to compiler warnings and errors and shit like that. Easy is statically typed. It is compiled. It was originally interpreted. Um, the interpreter was all written in Go. Again, I didn't write any source code for that. And the syntax that I chose the syntax. Like the LLMs help me think about a lot and think of architecture and design, general design. But overall, everything else is like, all right, I thought of declaring functions with the do keyword. All right, that for my language at least. I don't know if any other language out there does that. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. It just makes sense to me. Instead of like when you declare an array or as opposed to it looking like square brackets and then the type after that. And easy, you have to use the type within the square brackets. Um, so there's a lot of things to it. Anyway, check out Easy when you get a chance if you're interested in contributing or just peeking through the code base and seeing what the LLM has written and shit like that. That being said, here we are in OstrichDB. So I was writing some stuff in Easy and I don't remember what I was doing. Let's see here. So within the version, we have a little command line here. I had to fix the bug with our when statements. Um, if you're curious what a when is, all it is the switch with cases, when, condition, um, is is the case, and you can default it. Let's see. You may notice some syntax looks very similar. Like generally, this kind of looks like Odin, or I think some other languages kind of use that arrow return syntax with stuff. Okay, let me think about this. Handle parameter tokens, fuckhead, rip. So, okay. I don't know. Let's just try to run it, I guess. Also, let me see, easy version. We are on 3.5.6. Perfecto. So we're gonna go easy main slash main dot easy. All right. Oh, just hold on. Kill that and then kill that. Try that again. Okay, straight comma. Thank you for catching that. Okay, so new. Uh, new. Okay. 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 So that's where we're gonna start. So if you enter an invalid command token, every query will have a command token. No matter what, it will always have a command token. Um, doesn't have to be like a real query command token, like new or erase or whatever. It could be like quit or exit or something. It's always going to have a command token. So we get the input if it's blank in this, or uh, let's do this. Valid command token, and then what we're going to do is default println valid command token provided. Please try again. Okay, let's run that now. So now if we do new invalid token provided, please try again. Sensational. Um, okay. Now, new, so we'll handle that later. So we handle the command token. And then we have to handle, uh, we have to build a query, right? So parse query, this returns that query. I kind of want to change this to build query because you don't, I mean, we parse to query, but we could just call it build query. Um, and that's what we'll do. So build query. Okay. Oh, oops, I misspelled build. Build query. Yes. Okay. So get the input. We split that input. Yes. We pass that to if the result is blank, otherwise parse it and the query. Yes. Okay. Perfect. Now parameter tokens have to be mapped. So, oh, I'm sorry. Uh, shit. This is going to be something. It's going to be map string, and um, if the length of the input array is this, location is that, okay. Um, Location tokens, split location. Okay. Mm, and that just modifies in place. All right, so let's try this out. So if I want to go ahead and do new, new food.bar.bars, we get uh perfect. Okay, so that's getting that's getting parsed out correctly. So now parameters. We'll have to put is greater than 2. This is tough because so in OstrichDB you can have like several parameter tokens, right? So if we do, let's just new food.bar.bars, all right? You can do that and you don't have to have anything, no parameters, but you could use parameters of type as a parameter token, and then you are mapping um, it to whatever you put. You also can have another parameter token here like that with, in this case, with the token with is a parameter token. So of int is mapped to of type and the value after with is mapped to with. So it just varies on the command. If the command is new, I mean, even then, I don't remember. How do I do this in Odin? I do not remember data. Let's look at, hold on, let's look at engine. Let's see here. Let's take a trip down memory lane, shall we? Um, benchmarks. Restart OstrichDB, rebuild, start command line, attempt to decrypt, encrypt collection. Okay. So commands, here we go. Case, backup, new. Oh yeah, we handle the location token. If the length of the location token is collection tier, which, oh, okay, I like that. I like that a lot. Let's use that a little bit. So on the left we have Odin code, and on the right we have easy code. So if you hear my fan in the background, sorry, it's hot in here. Right, so we have these constants here. So if it's 30, that's how I did it. Damn, Isaac helped write that a little bit. Very nice. Okay, let's go ahead and add those constants. Let's collection collection tier type is to be one. Could use an enum. could just hit email. Okay. And so if the command L token, which is the length of that, when CT, no, when Q dot location tokens and the length of Q dot location tokens is um it's here dot collection tier. I'm curious about this. We might end up getting a bug here. Um, uh, let's just take this print from above and use dot below. How is that not? Kind of- Let's use that here. We want to make a new collection. It's on the keyboard. Oh, right. I was doing this. Okay, so if we just do new foo, yeah, perfect. Okay, that's nice. Good. Yeah, so we can do that. So is data tier dot cluster tier and is data tier dot uh record tier. All right, so here's the thing now. So when we parse this out, it's a location, it's a location. Okay, once we split this, um, yeah, that's actually fine because we're going based off of the length anyway. So we don't need to do anything there with that. Um, so we do next is we set the collection's name to the zero index. Okay, and then we have a collection creation. Okay, so let's start with that. Mute collection name equals q dot location tokens zero index. Okay, and then actually what I want to mute collection name in this case, same thing is going to be, we can, I really don't want to do that twice. Because no matter what, so, but it has to be within an is block. We could just declare it once above. So when it's new, we can do uh, each collection name type string, and we just initialize it with empty string, and then we can just do collection name equals q dot location tokens zero, and then same here and here, and then what we'll do is we also should make read cluster name type string, and then read record name string, um, read record type, and read record value. And so now we can do cluster name equals One. Okay, and then we just do this 10. And then we could do record name. Is that what I do for records? Yeah, it is what I do for records. Now I don't have it to where we handle record types. We just take in the name. I'm curious. If T token, T is type what? Oh, if that comes from type. So if type token is mapped to type, parameter token. Okay, so and easy. This this might work. Let me try that logic here, or at least work towards it. That might work. I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay, so we got the basics there for making a new whatever. Um, I have so many different fucking things. All right, so we got the clothes. Um, okay. Hmm. I don't know if I did this yet. Let's go ahead and exit there, and then we're gonna do easy man IO. Okay, easy man. Okay, so far I've only done strings and math, right? Easy man. Well, I need IO. I have to look at the source code. I don't remember if it's shit. I don't remember. Let's try IO write file. Let's just see if we call that file dot ostrich db, and then let's run that error. Okay, return value of I don't know. I expect two arguments. It's not used. All right, so mute results equals that, and the second arg. I don't know. Is it io dot io dot uh, read and write only? It might be like that. I don't remember. Fuck. Hold on. Let's go to the standard real quick and let's see if we can find IO in the library. IO. Are you son of a bitch? At IO. Alright, got that. Right file. Content to write in the path. Okay. Content to write in the path. We're not, we'll just empty string. And fail. Okay, so this does need a result and the error there. So new foo. And does that make our new file? We are ignoring the error. So I actually do want to turn new. So if I okay. Oh, there it is. It did create it. Okay, great. We're creating a file. Perfect. This is very exciting. I remember the first time I have a YouTube video of the first time actually, I think creating a file in OstrichDB and appending data to it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do mute error is type error. So I don't have to do no, yes, I do have to do that. Okay, perfecto. Um, um, there's not even there. Let's do collection. Uh, and, and then we're going to go and do some string interpolation, and we're going to do um, collection name. Also, this should be string interpolation to import collection name. And now we should be able to do new foo.ostrich.gb. Perfect. Okay. Otherwise, we're going to do oh, the otherwise keyword is not handled. That's not good. Okay, hold on. Can I go here real quick and repose and easy syntax is not uh, let's take a screenshot of that too, so that way we can um, paste it down there and then we're good to go. Cool. Um, okay. So we are creating a file. And in fact, I'm going to need to create a function that does this better. So let's go ahead and create a function. Do create collection. And all it does is take in name as type string and it returns error. Okay. And it relies on IO and it'll just do this right here. This is what it will do. Why can I select this stuff? And as opposed to collection name, we'll just have it called we'll call it CNAME, CNAME, or just okay. So here's the thing. I have an opportunity to make, like, yes, I can rewrite this. I'm rewriting it, but I can also make it better. Like, as opposed to taking in just a string and to create a collection, we can create a struct, could, and just pass that shit around, like, um, like this, and has a name, right? And it'll have like max size, um, MB, and uh, like that or something. We could do like is secure or something like that. We have an opportunity to make it Ostrich be a little bit better. In the I did rewrite Ostrich GB. I did do it already, but I rewrote it in Odin. And you can find it here, Open OstrichDB. This one is I rewrote it, and the original one I took all the CLI shit out of here, and I just kept like the main engine and the server, and I made it cleaner, less, obviously much less code. You don't have to worry about inputs and stuff. But like you have, yeah, see here, right here, we have a pointer to type lib collection. Um, it's a type. It's its own. I made it a struct. So I kind of want to go this approach again. So what I really should be doing is kind of mixing a little, like I'm taking the CLI components from the OstrichDB CLI, but the more cleaner code and shit from the open OstrichDB. Both open source. People can look at the code all they want. Anything proprietary that I used for OstrichDB, the .com, which is no longer active, uh, it's been taken out. So yeah, I kind of want to do that. So take a look here. So collections have names, types, number of clusters. I think that's just a count I keep, and then the actual clusters themselves. So yeah, yeah. Let's do that, dude. Let's do that. Name type is gonna be type. And then number. Actually, we don't need number of clusters. We could just get if we ever need that, we can just use length of the uh, um, clusters array like that. Do that easy. Okay, so that means we also need to do const clusters. A cluster is a type struct, and this will have a what we'll call it will have a name and ID, which will be just UNT. UUID is not a type in OstrichDB. For now, let's just make it a UNT. It'll have a parent collection or just a parent, which would be a type collection. And it'll have records, and records will be type, an array of type record. And then we'll have const record. There's going to be a struct. It'll have a name, um, type, and a value. And then it'll also have a parent, which will be type cluster. And I think I mean, it will have a like a grandparent, I guess you could say. But if we can get the parent, the data from the cluster that it's in, we'll get the cluster's parent, which is the collection. So I think that's fine. I think that'll work. That'll work pretty well. Okay, so now what? Uh, Create a collection does not spit out just an error. It'll also spit out type collection. Um, Okay, now we also need collection type. I don't remember collection types. Type comes from collection type. So that comes from literally the types file. That's how I organize my open code library types. Uh, collection, uh, collection, collection type standard or backup. Okay, excuse me. There's only two. I guess it doesn't really matter. So we'll do this. Const collection type will be an enum. Type enum. And then we'll have standard 0 and backup. Like it defaults to 0. We don't have to do that. But for clean purposes or cleanliness purposes, since I have another enum up here that starts at 1, I explicitly, told it to. We'll do this for now. Okay. Um, I'm also noticing you don't need a comma for structs, but you do for enums. This might be something I change in the future. I don't know. Okay, let's see here. I just thought of an idea. Can enums be within a range or something? Anything between 0 and whatever is a standard, and that might be something. Okay, so all of those are pretty straightforward. Now, um, first things first. What do you do? You want to go here, you go back there. Now you should go there. And I think we just return, we could, no, 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 no. We'll dereference the pointer. So how we do this is we're going to do mute, um, we'll call it C, mute C, equals new, and we're going to pass in collection like that. Okay, so now we're gonna like this C dot name equals C name, which is passed in. We're gonna change this to just name, and we'll do that. And then also you need to pass in the type. Now we can do a default parameter. I'm gonna change this to n. Uh, n is that, and type is going to be equal collection type dot standard. Now, I've never actually tried passing an enum value access with dot notation as a default parameter. So we might have a bug here. I haven't actually tried this out. We'll see. If it's a bug, it's a fucking bug. Right? I'll file it, and for now, I'll do something different or not use default parameters. I don't. C we're going to dereference it. C dot type equals T, and we're going to add a little comment here. N equals name of collection, and T equals uh, collection type. Okay. Now, clusters is just going to be, we're going to dereference that. C dot clusters is going to be an empty array. We don't have to do this, um, but I'm going to. Okay, now we've created the cluster itself or the collection itself as a struct. So now we're going to actually create the file for it. Um, yeah. So, right, and this is going to take in whatever. We'll try something out here. We'll see name. Um, Yeah. We could just do in. Let's just do in. Now, one thing that's important is the input length. It can't be more than 64 characters in current OstrichDB, so I'll make it probably like it can't be more than 16, maybe 30, maybe 32 characters. And then we'll just do in here as well. All right, and then what we're gonna do is this error is not equal nil. We don't need an otherwise here, because we could just do this, return C and nil. Um, if here we return, we'll return a new collection and error uh, failed to create collection and then string interpolation should be fine here. And something tells me we're gonna have more than one bug here. So now let's get ready to call this sucker up here. And boom. And all we're going to do is pass the collection name and we need to handle results. So mute C or mute call and equals ln call and Let's see what we get. I'm going to call it. There's one error. Okay. Parameter T is missing a type. Every parameter must have a type. Uh, Okay, so that is something that I need to think about or look into because default parameters. Mhm. Yes, it does need a type. So that's tough. So we have to do we have to do that. That I don't like. I'm not a big fan of that. I might have to look into changing that. Expected collection got pointer to collect. Yes, we have to dereference it. Uh, and then this needs to be a dereferenced. There we go. To collection got yes. Okay. Return type mismatch. Expect 17, right? Oh, oh, right. Okay. Shit. We can't do that then. Is Would there be a way to dereference something in? Okay, so two things I want to look into. So, uh, two things to think about for easy. One, defaults, um, default value params need a type no matter. Uh, let's do this. All params in functions need a type, even if they are default value of a default value. So if example one, Okay, that's one thing to look into. Um, Two is I want to what happens here, right? Line 117, you want to just return new creates a pointer to a whatever struct you passed in. You want to return a dereferenced the dereference of that. You just want to return the struct itself. Okay, how do I explain this? Is it even possible to do something like that? Like, could you do this? Okay, would it be possible to maybe do something? Okay, those are two things I want to think about. I'm gonna plug those into some AI later and kind of think about it since I got to stay up for a while. Um, Very important to think about that. I think that would be cool if you could just do this. Like, oh, you want to return the struct, but you don't want to return this one. Like, this would be a perfect time for that. You just new collection, and then after after the type or this function call, you can auto dereference it with that, or return statement whenever pointer is created is auto dereft. Maybe. I don't know. I have no clue. Um, for for now, let's just return C. I'm actually going to copy this, and then um, for now, we'll just return C as dereferenced. Dereferenced. Okay, now we got some C errors leaking through, which okay, that's fine. Um, my problem is okay, it's all about clusters. So I do tell it that it is an empty array. Do I have to though? Um, start- Did you restruct cluster? Ah, okay. Here's an important thing. So wait, no, I don't. It's not clusters. Clusters is type cluster. If we don't do anything with that, what happens here? It still leaks through. Okay, weird. Um, see, let's type. Let's before we even get It's an array of clusters. Okay, let me think about this. So, oh, yes, it's right here, right here. So, bug misspelled type causes this is pretty important. This is very important. So, let's see, misspelled struct type, misspelled struct number of another struct type causes C early. So I'm gonna put that here, bug, and we can see error leaking, see errors leaking through. This is great. I'm glad I found this shit. This is perfect. So all that's relating. Okay, so we'll fix that now. Yep. And ooh, type pool exhausted. That is something that I've never seen before. I don't even know if this is a compiler error or a runtime thing. That is interesting. Type pool exhausted. So if I don't do this and I don't do that and I comment that out. Oh, yeah, let's here. Interesting. Okay. This one will require me to have AI look at it while I have the project open, which kind of sucks. I mean, it's all one file. I guess I could just bring this over to the project itself, and which that's actually what I think I might do because we have some pretty critical. But oh, the misspell thing is not a big deal. These aren't really bugs; these are just thoughts. But this is actually a critical. You can't even continue. I think that's interesting. So the our arena-based system is fucking up. Okay, this is what we'll do. I'm gonna switch gears. I'm gonna take all this code. I'm going to do this. These, the window. I'm gonna open up easy, and I'm gonna put all this in main.easy. All of that, because it's all there. Nothing is external. And I'm going to minimize that, or close that rather. And we're gonna pull up Claude, and I'm gonna worry about really this bug first. Claude. Oh, nope, wrong thing. And I'm gonna hit branch to dev get branch. Now we could do Claude. Uh, that's a very critical bug. So we're gonna let that cook. While that's cooking, I'm gonna be working over here. We're trying to. We're gonna go back to main.ez. Actually, I might not be able to continue because that's a blocker, man. Like, it's pretty critical thing. Thus far, though, I will say this. I think, I like my language overall. It's got tons of bugs that are still getting fixed. It's not perfect. It's far from perfect. It's far from production ready. It doesn't have an ecosystem. It doesn't have a package manager, which it never will. I don't want it to have a package manager. It doesn't have a community or anything. But for me, I enjoy this. It takes a lot of the best. Let me just call for the singleton type structure. There's like, there's no iterate. So it's fun for programming function calls and types checks. Add a pool find and turning helper and use it before allocating and dynamic applications type. Transition to entry matching kind plus name or null if not found. So this doesn't just increase now in turn fun types and non-single type. Anyway, yeah, I enjoy it. Takes a lot of what I like about other languages, or I'm trying to take the best of what I liked of other languages and try to implement it for me. Um, like I don't like OOP, but but in Rust, I've learned to appreciate like impl blocks and shit, like impl node or something. And you can do uh new, I don't know how their syntax is, but you can do something like that and then call node dot new dot whatever. And I like that. But in Eevee, things are a little different. So where you can just do something like const uh, node struct, and then you can do new. You can create a new function within it, which returns a reference to type node, and it can take in, uh, well, it will be able to take in a pointer to node or whatever the fuck you just want to turn in. I don't know. You can do shit like that. Or you can call it if you wanted to self, and it's a type node, and it takes in that and then returns a pointer to or whatever it is. Like you can do that and you have struct functions. Okay. So before we commit that, I want to I want to ask you a question and also I want to test it my damn self. That slash using main dot. Okay, so it fixed it. Now my question is this. Take this time to drink some water. I'm gonna mute myself. Oh, dude, I thought I was fucking muted this whole time. Oh shit. Dude, I fucking my heart stopped. I've been recording for an hour. Okay. So it claims that it still could exist. I think we just increase the cap. I don't do any other do any languages. I can't I it doesn't make sense to me. You think of a a C plus plus program, like an operating system or a kernel or a game. There's no way there's a limit. There's, yeah, no cap. The fix was probably added early and simple enough for now. Approach try to fix it. At the point time, just use XML like each type, which is what every other component does. It comes with the code says leak on exit fine as our compiler. Yeah, again, I've never wrote any of this, so I think for now, let's just increase the cap to 4096. Then we will file a GH issue about it. Refactor. Yeah, let's just increase that for now. I think that that's stupid. I don't know. What are you gonna do? This is what happens when you vibe code, right? And then did you make our issue? Make the issue first. And you, this is the beautiful thing about it. So when I started this project back in November, December timeframe, um, I just thought maybe let the AI just do what it's got to do, let it do its thing. Now I'm at the point where it's like, all right, I'm writing real fucking programs and finding bugs, which is but that's how it goes, right? Um, so it's at that point. So yeah, that's good. I like that. I probably will add like a help wanted on here. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Commit. And the next bug we're going to look at is going to be also this. I feel like temporarily, I don't, you know what? Nobody's going to hit that. Nobody's using the language aside from me. Nobody's going to hit that. So I was going to say there should be a runtime panic. Um, I guess it would be more of a compile time error than anything. Um, okay, let's do the next thing. Bug. Misspell struct number of another struct type causes C errors to leak. Investigate and report. Okay, that's good. We'll get rid of that now. And then the next thing is more just features, I guess you could say these two. And so while that's doing that, let's get back to here. Um, I guess I still would be running, I'm running the production version of Easy. So I'd have to install the dev version if I want to kind of move forward. So I guess for the time being, maybe I just kind of scaffold a few things, or I just kind of leave it be and keep vibe coding this shit on the other side of the screen. Let's go. We'll give it 10, but we won't pick it up. I think it's best to just allocate a little bit extra. Um, so like of type with um, what other param tokens do I have in OstrichDB? Um, source details, core, no. Where is it? Utils. Where is it? Core, engine, commands, data operations. There used to be a, I thought it was a constant file types, collection type. Look how many I used to have. System configs and user, all that shit. I don't, actually, I might need that since I'm rebuilding the CLI. Yeah. Okay. Oh, this is another thing Easy has now that I really wanted. So this like JSON marshalling shit or serialization or deserialization. You don't have to do this in Easy. You can just add the JSON hashtag JSON attribute above your struct. And so long as you like just expect the name of your thing, your fucking member to be in the JSON. You don't have to do this at all. Go has it like that. Odin has it like that. I don't care for it. Um, yeah, you don't have to do that at all. And I don't, oh, const, here we go, constants. What was I looking for? Uh, see the solid record types. Um, so these are all technically parameter tokens, but there should be more. Uh, yeah, there should be way more. So like, where is if you go to engine data records, or no, I'm sorry, core engine and commands. So like, new oh parser parse. Okay, selected command. Um, benchmark. Ah, interesting. Okay, well, I I guess like there's with and then there's two because when you use rename, I think that might be it of type with two. Um, I guess we'll do that for now. Parameter tokens. So if you do like this command, this query, new foo dot bar dot type, don't mind the messed up punch or like capitalization and shit of type int with one. That's a valid query in OstrichDB. Or you could do like rename foo to bar. That's valid. I guess that's it for now. Let's see what this did. Okay, temperature validation point fields type, but has no equivalent check for array field. T array. The temperature blindly creates an array. The calculated temperature likes to add a mirror of the block and extract the element type from the T, run through different checks. Okay. That's just codes. Okay, proceed. Okay. Um, I lost my train of thought. This thing should be querying. Anyway, yeah, so these ideas, I'm curious if it's possible to have that, like being able to do return new T and dereference it is nice. Now, I actually have not thought about this, but in Easy, there is like a fake generic type deal. There are, I call them wild cards like this. So I haven't done enough testing with it. I kind of forget. There's so much coverage of this language that I am array field clusters references defined. Let's see, that's not defined that in a string. Um, and we double check that maps um, to and arrays of maps, etc. So e.g. const foo struct um, maps. Um, so the map bar string or something like that, or like an array of map. Yeah, I'm curious. I'm sure that's fucked up. But anyway, yeah, I think what was I talking about? I think I was talking about this. Oh, wildcards, right? So I haven't done enough testing with wildcards in Easy. Um, but you can do, let's look at the spec card. See, right here, wildcard types. Um, wait, this doesn't have its own section. Yeah, so this will allow you to do something like this, right? So here, perfect example. So we declared an array, but we don't know the type of the array. So we pass in a wildcard, and it can be any type, and we can use it for strings or unsigned integers or signed integers or booleans or whatever. So that's pretty cool, a feature that I kind of would like to try to use a little bit more. Let's see. Through gaps remain. So map string array of maps, plain map field, saying let's look at maps of arrays. I mean, yeah, this can get pretty deep. This is why I only wanted collection wise maps and arrays, nothing else. You find a way to make your own if that's what you want to do. Uh, so I'm curious, is there anywhere that I could use a wild card yet? I think so. I think that might be where I ended. I don't want to just have vibe coding the whole time. So I'm gonna upload this. I'm gonna keep working on this for maybe another 30 minutes or so. Uh, and then take a little break. Where are we? Where are we? Anyway, okay. Peace.